Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is the time zone you have logged in, and welcome to the conference call Q2 FY2025 results and business updates. Thank you all for taking time out for this call. Before I begin, I would like to share with you a quick business update. I'm happy to announce yet another strong quarter driven by healthy residential sale momentum and strong growing performance across our annuity assets. During the quarter, we received full occupation certificate for Enigma, a project at Mulund, and this project continues to see a steady sustenance sale. We continue to see strong leasing interest across our office assets, and occupancies are also ramping up. We have received occupation certificate for Sky City Mall, Borivali, and are gearing up for its launch. On Friday, we also launched our residential project, the first phase of our integrated development, Oberoi Garden City, Thane, and we are very happy with the overwhelming response. We have recorded a sale of close to 1,350 crores, which is almost 50% of our launch inventory. And yes, for now, both Somil and I are available for any question and answers.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touch-tone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Our first question is from the line of Parikshit Kandpal from HDFC Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi Vikas. Congratulations on a great quarter and a great launch and also a strong uptake in 360 West. So my first question is on the fundraise of 6,000 crores, which was kind of a surprise for all of us because 360 is doing so well now, it's throwing so much of cash. So if you can delve a little bit deeper on what is the purpose of this 6,000 crores of fundraise, is something imminent right now? How do you intend to deploy it? Whether this will get deployed in this year? So if you can give some more color on the utilization of it.
Hi Parikshit. Firstly, thank you for the compliment. See, the fundraise is basically, literally to expand, buy new property and really expedite the pace of growth of the company. We are at we feel that we actually are in a great position. Our brand is strong. There is opportunity. The entire India story playing out so well. And we know that we have a lot of cash coming in from our own, sales, but we want chunky amount where we want to go and buy some large lands. We would want to use it for that. So basically, this is all for growth.
But are you looking to deploy this? So what will be the timelines if you're able to raise this? What are the timelines to deploy this? I understand that there's such a quantum of fundraise, and you may have something in hand to deploy it. So what kind of time horizon you're looking at to deploy this capital?
If things go well, we will deploy this in the next 4-5 months, like that aggressively.
And potentially it can add close to about the kind of GDV multiples we have, close to about 70,000, 80,000 crores of development value with this kind of a fundraise.
We all know the back-end math. I don't want to say something, on the call, yeah. But yes, we are clearly looking at, deploying this, and this is money going in the business.
And will this be largely in MMR, or are you looking at even some part of this will go to NCR? So what kind of concentration business development you'll be running on this kind of fundraise?
I don't want to disclose a lot. All I can tell you is that this money will go in business. We have opportunities. We want to deploy this in those opportunities, and let it unfold. The rest will happen.
Okay. So just the last question on the launch pipeline. So now we have Thane, which has given us huge numbers and kind of sustenance sales we are doing. So we're looking at a very strong Q3. But in terms of launches for rest of the financial year, so is there anything coming in from Borivali or any one? I think last hour we have so Borivali, Goregaon, or Thane. Anything more we see coming in terms of launches? If you can help us understand that.
So we have 2 towers in Goregaon. We have one in Borivali. We have 2 towers in Thane that we can launch, which is in Kolshet. And of course, Pokhran, within this, project that we've launched, we have another 3 towers. And so we have, and by the way, we have started work at all these projects. Some of them are on, 10th level, 15th floor and all that. So we are not wasting any time waiting to launch. The day we launch, we can straight away, book that as our revenue and profit once it crosses 25% of our sales and construction. So all that is happening as we speak.
But any launches, for H2 now, beyond the current slate, like at least Borivali, do you think can come? And one more tower in Goregaon in this financial year?
There is tremendous demand. We are not taking that away. But frankly, I don't want to commit right now. There could be a possibility in the last quarter of this financial year we may launch, but I don't want to commit as such right now. Like I said, that for us it's just press the trigger and there you go. Work is happening, everything is in place. We don't really need to wait for anything.
Okay, Mr. Oberoi. Thank you and wish you the best.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Praveen from Morgan Stanley. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you for taking my call. Hi, Vikas. Hi, Saumil. Again, congratulations on fantastic quarter and
Hi,
also
Praveen.
great launch. Hi, Vikas. So a couple of questions you've already answered. So I have just 1 or 2 very small questions, if you can indulge. One was just trying to understand your strategy outside of Mumbai region. I know you had taken a very good land parcel in Gurgaon, if there is any launch timeline for that. But also, with this money, are you planning to go aggressively outside Mumbai or not? And the second question, again, also very simple question. What are you seeing the ASP trend like for like in your properties or MMR region in general, as well as the land price trend? Thank you.
So as far as Gurgaon, we are in the design phase. Actually, we are almost ready with our design. We are in the approval stage now, and hopefully maybe either first quarter next financial year or second quarter next financial year is when we would likely launch that project. So that's as far as NCR goes. And sorry, what was your other question? I should have actually made a list.
And the other question was your strategy to go outside of MMR, other than the project you already mentioned in Gurgaon with the new money coming in.
Okay, so very aggressively looking at opportunities everywhere. We'll be ready with our office probably in the last quarter of this financial year itself. Around Jan is when our office will be ready, and we are looking at a long term and a strong play in NCR, and obviously some bit of this money can go in looking at land parcels there as well.
Right. And then the last question I had was about the pricing trend in MMR for project as well as land price trend, please.
Again, both looking very stable, I would say. In fact, I thought we positioned and priced our product really well with this Thane launch. And I would say that, markets have both width and depth. And I see this trend continuing, and really, I think India is truly shining, I would say. And it's really working well. And I mean, there's enough money and there's enough appetite. People really want, to spend money on homes. And people want to spend on good quality. They want a branded product, somebody they can trust. So I think all in all, a great story, great future for us.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Vikas. And again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Puneet Gulati from HSBC. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much and congratulations on great new launch for Thane and great quarter as well. My first question is if you can comment upon how do you think about launching new projects, given that demand is not a problem for you. Most of the approvals, I presume, for Borivali and Goregaon are in place. So how are you deciding on facing these launches? What is the broad criteria that you would say?
So, hi Puneet. With regards to Borivali and Goregaon, we have reasonable inventory within the projects that we've launched. That's point number one. We also have inventory beyond, let's say, a particular level where we've opened up. So we will open those up. And again, I'm not saying that we won't launch. I'm just wanting to wait and watch and then probably, take that call. We could probably launch either within this quarter, next quarter, or the first quarter of next year. Either of these, we have this opportunity. Like I said, that we are very ready. We're just looking at, and another thing I see is like the resale that is happening in these projects, Borivali and Goregaon, actually surprising me in terms of the prices they are getting and all that. So, we are also hoping and probably thinking what is it that we can really get in terms of, price. And that is something that we are closely monitoring and then we'll take that call.
ready to 4:30 ला आम्ही घेऊन जायचं डॉक्टर.
Hi sir, do you have any questions for the participant? Since there is no response, we move on to our next question, which is from the line of Pritesh Sheth with Axis Capital. Please go ahead.
Thanks for the opportunity and congrats on quarter as well as the launch. First, on a couple of land transactions we did this quarter, especially on the Nirmal Lifestyle. How are we going to plan the development here? It would be like a continuing phase of existing Attorney Enigma towers, or what's the development development plans there?
Yeah, see, again, that's a market we now really know well. We've been there. We've done 2 very large projects, very successful. So we know that market. Again, we are planning something really interesting, very interesting.
And, do we have additional potential coming from, other land parcels that Nirmal might be holding and that would still be in the NCLT, or this was the only one which we were targeting here?
We do have a commercial, development left in the existing project. We will be doing that also, and we will be building this as well.
Apart from these two, any other opportunities that we continue to look there from Nirmal Lifestyle, or this was the only one which we are targeting?
No, and this is not bilateral. This is more, we got this from NCLT.
Yeah.
We haven't dealt with them as such.
Sure. And second, on Sky City Mall that you mentioned, when's the opening planned, and any progress on leasing there? So
leasing is going on very, very well. We are hoping that we can launch we can launch our mall probably maybe mid-December. Ideally want to catch the season mid-December, and if not for sure within January is when we will be completely ready. My team tells me that we should be fully operational we should be ready by 15 November, but let's say for any reason if there's a delay, then maybe by like another 30 days, and then we'll be ready.
And when we open, we would be at, 50-60% kind of occupancy, trading occupancy already there?
So, leasing far beyond that would be done, but, everybody will be in that fit-out mode and so on and so forth. By, let's say, within 2 to 3 quarters of our operations, we will reach a very high level of, occupancy. It could go up to 80-90% also.
Got it. That's it from my side. All the best.
Thanks.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Abhinav Sinha from Jefferies, India. Please go ahead.
Hi, Vikas and team, very strong performance and congrats for that. So can you highlight how you are seeing the pipeline in 360 West from here on? So that's first. And secondly, on pricing, if we look at from a, let's say, 2-3 year perspective, the pricing on 360 has jumped quite a lot, but in the other projects it's also rising, but not to that extent. So do you see that gap narrowing?
So hi Abhinav. Firstly, 360 West, we had a lag because our partner was selling his apartments, and he obviously was selling them a lot cheaper because he needed the money or whatever. And once his stock got over, we started getting the price that the project deserves. And that's why, like what you see as a slow build-up, or rather as a quick build-up, is actually, from my end, a real slow build-up. That's about it. So it's not like, and moreover, I would say that the building has been received very well by the people. Most people say that, this is the best building and all that. So, I would say this building got a destiny of its own. It's really doing well. And there is great momentum. And, the kind of people that have come in to stay, the community that has got built within that building, it's also helping, So, it's unique, I would say. Very thankful to God.
Right. And you would expect the sales pace to continue?
I can say I would hope to. But, the way things are, there is really no resistance on price, and the demand is great. Everybody, really closures are happening very quickly, and we've been really lucky and very happy with the response at 360.
Right. So secondly, I wanted to check also on the capital structure with the large fundraise that we have planned. And historically we've seen a gearing in the 0 to 0.25 range. So will we go back to that range, once we have all our land deployment done?
Firstly, the usage of this money is obviously, for growth. We see opportunity. We know that we need to deploy this within the next 4 to 5 months, and that's why we are doing it. We also have restrictions in terms of usage of, money when you borrow from banks. So that also is a challenge. And this is why we are looking at equity. And,
Great. Thanks and all the best.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhinav.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Puneet Gulati from HSBC. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much for the follow-up. Can you also talk a bit about your launch timing for start of work at Ivan, the Glaxo Worli land, and also the Adarsh Nagar project?
So, Ivan, we hope to, we are now looking at doing a mall office building and in a hotel. So we are looking at starting work somewhere in the first quarter of next financial year, because we are still again on the designing phase and stuff like that. Adarsh Nagar also, approvals should take us another 9 months, and then we'll be good to go.
Okay, that's very helpful. And on the Commerce III, what kind of ramp up do you see? You're already at 65% levels. Is there room for much higher rentals from where you are, and in terms of occupancy growing to 90% level within a span of 1 year?
So we would, we would be fully occupied within this financial year. We've already done deals which will now get reported as, because they've been done later, registrations are happening. 100% of Com 3 should be leased within this financial year, or close to 100% would be leased.
And how should we think about rentals here? What would be the average rentals?
Rentals are doing well. I think the building has turned out really, really well, and probably it gets the best rentals within, with a competitive set within this area. We're really doing very well with that.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much, and all the best.
Thanks, Puneet.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Abhishek Lodhia with Motilal Oswal. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hi, Abhishek.
Yeah, good evening, sir. So just one question. While going through the presentation, I noticed that for 360 West, we have done sales of roughly 600 plus crores and even collected that much amount, right? But the revenue recognition is that low. So just wanted to understand, what is the reason behind that? And I'll join late. Maybe you might have answered that. Sorry.
So thank you for asking this question, because I was asking this to my CFO.
Hi, Abhishek, Saumil here. So, very simple, there are certain criteria to be met, as far as recognition of revenue is concerned, even in case of, finished goods. So, if the booking has happened, but some of these criteria have not happened, and for example, if you will know, you would be aware that virtually the whole of the end of September was, the Shraddh period. So while people may do the booking, they may not end up doing the documentation and all of that. So then, in the absence of some of these criteria, if it doesn't fulfill the revenue recognition criteria which are there, then, the recognition doesn't happen. But very frankly speaking, that doesn't matter, because, we'll end up recognizing it in the next quarter.
Understood. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Vignesh Iyer with Sequent Investment. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity, and the other analysts have mostly asked the question I wanted to ask. Just one question from my side. On the Thane launch, can you help me understand if the pricing is a tad bit below, expectations? Is there any specific reason that goes with this pricing, or is it just because it's the initial 1 or 2 towers and subsequently we might see higher pricing coming in?
No, I think, Vignesh, I thought we really priced it very smartly, and this is why the response is so good. So I really don't see anything wrong. We are going to make a lot of money even at this price. So we really strategically priced it.
Right. Yeah, just one question. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. As there are no further questions, I now hand the conference over to Mr. Oberoi for closing comments.
Thank you all for taking time out for this call. We look forward to hearing from you on an ongoing basis. Please feel free to reach out to us or our investor relation team as and when you have any questions. Thank you again.
Thank you, everybody.